The afternoon conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday through Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss out. It's always a pleasure being here to do what we are called to do and doing it to the best of our ability. It's what we're up for every time the opportunity is afforded us. Good afternoon and welcome to another fascinating time of discussion. We're going to be looking at some critical issues most of us are not paying keen attention to, but these are things that we thought wise to unearth so that our attention can be drawn to it from every spectrum of our society. We've come to realize so many things happening. But on the first note, my name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I'm seated pretty tight this afternoon to bring you the afternoon conversation where we're going to talk on issues that matters to the growth and development of our beloved country. So you are there, that's what I'm in here. And together we say a team work supportive on this radio. Now, how many of you have taken up your time to really focus on what is happening within our economy relative to the business climate? It will interest you to know that too many expire goods on our market. Too many expire drugs in our health sector. But attention is not placed on these things. All we look at is the political aspect of the happenings around us. How somebody get 20 million, how the other person get 50 million, how the other transfer was done. But we are forgetting about these things that matters to the safety of all of us. We saw during the past regime of the CDC, from the first start of it, the Inspector General was so vocal and vigorous in her approach in digging out some of these expired goods that were on the Liberian market. All of a sudden, when we reached the third year, or prior to the third year, it subsided. We couldn't see on camera any longer the Inspector General exposing the rotting rice, the rotting fish, the rotting cream of wheat, and you name it. We did not see the folks from the National Drug Service getting all of those expired drugs from the market. The street peddlers are selling drugs. Nothing has been done. Our people are taking in these expired drugs and it's causing more harm than good. We are not paying attention to these things. All we focus on is politics. Rotting fish on our Liberian market. Let me play for you an audio where one of the biggest fish company in the country dispose of rotting fish from their cold storage. And the driver who took the fish to go and dispose it used that means to get money and started to sell the rotting fish to the marketeers. And you know, marketeers always want to look for things that will give them more profits. And they started to buy that rotting fish for the lowest price and came on the market and they are selling it for a very exorbitant price. So to make excess profit, forgetting to know that they are putting their lives and other family members or other family lives at risk. A lot of us who do not have the means of going to purchase the expensive fish, expensive chicken feed or whatever, the chicken wing and stuff, we go to our local market to purchase these things that have been sold by the marketeers, not knowing these things they have acquired are all expired. You know, when you go in the market, you're going to see expiring date on the fish. They will put that fish in a fridge and you see all the ice on it, you will not know until the ice wet away from it. And at the end of the day, when you go to cook it, some of the fish bitter, and sometimes they go the extreme to dry these fishes so that you don't get to know that that fish was an expired fish or is an expired fish. They even go as far as drying the chicken. The how you call it? The layers, the chicken feet, all these things, people fail to follow up on them. So this new government, we still yet to know who's the I stand to be corrected, who's the Inspector General at the Ministry of Commerce, who's going after all these things. You know, the foreign partners, the ones who bring in these goods and services, these goods on the Liberian market, do not want to stand at a loss end, so they will do all they can. We noticed in previous government, it was unearthed that people were branding these expired things right in the country here and putting fake dates on them, extending the date while the product is expired. We are not paying attention to these things. So listen to this audio and you will understand what is really happening. And this is something that we want to call the Ministry of Commerce to attention, the Minister of Commerce, the Inspector General. We want you to pay attention. There are lots of expired goods on the Liberian market. You go to buy the biscuit. So many of them are expired, but they are just being branded. But when you get to taste the product, you will understand that it's expired. You have the wine being sold for a very cheap price. But when you do your research, you will understand that that wine is expired. A lot of things that are expired on our Liberian market. But nobody paying attention to these things. All our focus on is to denigrate. All our focus on is to talk the political aspect of the governance. Not looking at the meat of the issue, the thing that affects the people we refer to as masses. The masses want to eat, but are they getting the real food to eat, or they are getting substandard stuff, expired food that they are consuming, and it poses a serious threat to their health? You will find that on the Liberian market, you see people, the peddlers with drugs in a bucket, passing around in the bags. People buying these drugs, taking them. It has serious effect on the human life. But nothing has been done about these things. All we do is to talk politics. So we want to call your attention to this. President Bwaka, this is one of the issues that we want to raise and bring to your attention, that whoever is being named as the Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce should be proactive. We don't want to see, as it started with Josephine Davis in the CDC-led government, who was very robust, and at the end of the day, she went quiet. We want to see an Inspector General who will be sincere to himself or herself and making sure that the Liberian people get the right drugs, the right goods on the Liberian market. In other countries, you won't see these things happening. See peddlers with drugs or in a bag. It was interesting to know, I saw a Zogo say he's selling infection medicine. He got these cartoons in his hands, and he got a few of the scripts of the tablet. Passing around, buy infection medicine, this one can kill you, this one can kill you, this one can kill you, that. It's all go. So to tell you how bad this thing have gone, but we're not paying attention to them. Are we concerned about the millions of dollars but the lives of the Liberian people matters? It is another important thing, but let us understand the little things that matters. We have closed our eyes on it. So let me play you this verse so that we get this clear out.
This is the reason why sickness and diseases and viruses keep killing Liberian people. This is an expired fish. The fish got expired from the coastal, was given to the truck driver to go and dispose it, to go and chunk it away. The truck driver said it's an opportunity for him to make money. Not just him, he and all his colleagues around Liberia, they went in the communities, they took the fish, and then they start selling it to marketeers. People coming in, buying it, they are even fighting over it, and then they are taking these fish to the market to sell. So please, if you visit the market this week, do not buy anything called fish. Just eat your normal thing that you can eat and be satisfied, because you don't know what effect those fish that they are selling. You don't know what's the cost. Imagine something that is in the coastal got expired, and Liberian people say no, it's good. We'll go and eat. Human beings say we'll sell it to our friend human being to eat. Hey, Liberian people, when will we graduate from this low level degree of poverty? When? Hey.
So that's it. It's so sad that we cannot play you the video, but it is troubling. It is troubling. The businessman just don't want to stand on the side of losses. So he will do all he can in his will and power, because he's not being monitored, to sell these expired goods to us. And you, the end user, you want to make profit. Like some of us who go to the cook shop to eat. And this person who owns the cook shop wants to make profits. She go and buy those kinds of rotten fish, dry them, and then what happened? You go to eat it, and at the end of the day, you start getting some illnesses. We start experiencing a lot of issues that affects our livelihood, that affects our health. That's why you see a lot of people coming down with all sorts of illnesses, because those who should be monitoring are not doing their jobs. Visit the hospital today. A lot of institutions have expired drugs. The drugstores, who's doing the monitoring? The National Drug Service. What are you doing? Go to these areas, check on the shelves of these drugstores. A lot of these drugs are expired, and they're being sold to Liberians. Liberians killing Liberians slowly. But our focus is not directed in that direction, but we keep our minds on the political aspect of our country and leaving the things that affects the people who do not have the means of traveling out of Liberia to go and seek medical attention. The people who do not have the means to get the adequate meal, so they go to the local market to purchase those expired fish, the expired chicken wing, the toxic, all kind of stuff and things. We are not paying attention to these things. But whatever it is what it is. So we say to you, President Boakai, these are things that we want to call your attention to. The Inspector General, please be proactive. It is about time that you work. It is not our service. Work in the interest of the Liberian people. Go from one store to the other. Do the general inspection. Do the general inspection. We saw during the regime of former President Weah, where Josephine Davis, who served in that position, was so robust from the beginning. And when she got initiated in the process, we no longer saw journalists accompanying her at these factories, at these stores and supermarkets. It was done behind closed door now. That's the nature of Liberians. We love our service. Oh yeah, oh, the woman doing well, the woman doing well. That's a good thing. We all gave her a round of applause. But all of a sudden, because of the kickbacks and other stuff like that, the camera been closed. So it was business as usual. Now, President Barker, you said your government will not be a government of business as usual. But we've come to realize that the Liberian market is flooded with lots of expired goods, expired drugs. The lives of the Liberian people, especially the common people, are very important. Just a single Liberian life is important. What more about millions of Liberians who do not have the means to go and get the rich food, but they depend on the little 2 for 15, the 2 for 25 fish that has been sold on the Liberian market that is expired. You listen to the audio. It's about time we stand up. It's about time we tackle each and every sector collectively, putting aside our personal interests, putting aside personal interests and putting above national interests. Why would people be so wicked? Because you want to have money in your pocket, you sell expired goods to people. Take upon your time now. Go and visit some of these big, how you call them, supermarkets around here. You check out some of the wines that they have on the market that is sold for a very low price. They are expired. Our people are consuming these things, and it poses a serious threat to their livelihood. It poses a serious threat to their health. Visit the drugstores. Visit the clinics. Most of the drugs that are there are all expired drugs. Who's responsible to look after these things? So this is it for us. That's one of our talking points. Another talking point we have here this afternoon, we had it this morning on the Positive Show. We try to introduce it, but in a different form and manner, because the orator's speech during the 177 independent celebration of Liberia had so much more into it, talking about the wage bill, the minimum wage bill, all those stuff. We did not focus on it as journalists. And she came out to say, look, journalists have sensationalized their headlines, and they are found in the practice of black journalism or yellow journalism, whatever you term it. They have categorized their reportage. And that's the fight. A lot is being done within the media of late. She talked about her credentials as well. You know, when the evil is being spoken of, evil has its own way of fighting back. So people started questioning her credential and started going beyond to find out as to whether she is an American citizen. But this is what she had to say concerning her credentials. This is what DR.ROBTEL NEAJAI PAILEY had to say about her credentials. So let's get this answer for you. This is the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. You are there, that's what I'm here. And together we always say a team works supportive on this radio. So let's get DR.ROBTEL NEAJAI PAILEY. As soon as that audio is ready, we will play that for you. Yes. So get your calls coming on 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. We're talking about the expired goods on our Liberian market. What do you make of that? Who is the Inspector General at the Ministry of Commerce? Who's responsible to actually monitor the system? Lots of expired goods on our markets. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and form part of the program, The Afternoon Conversation, right here on Love FM 105.1. Let's get this commercial commitment. When we come back, we take your calls and play you the audio from DR.ROBTEL NEAJAI interview she had with journalists. So let's get this commercial commitment.
I am a scholar par excellence, and I.
Okay, we'll hold you there, madam. When we come back after our commercial commitment, then we get you. All right. So let's go to our commercial commitment.
My testimony. The way things going, it looking like 2024 that so enjoyment. Loser said MTN check, give it, yeah. The people can't get tired. Momo Wednesday was that la pro. Biggest giveaway is back. And this time they reward 2 plated jelly and ring. I said, just to my nearest, let me tell you all the prizes you can win. Keke, motorbike wheeling, helmet, everything, brand new smartphone, smart TV, generator, bags of rice, and the last one over a 4 more. A brand new 2-bedroom house. Wow. The only thing that people say you must do to win, get that star 156 hash and use your Momo to buy airtime and data, send money to friends and family people, pay your bills, pay for small thing like gas, food stuff, or any other thing. Then you will get points. With your points, you can enter the weekly draw and also use it to get data or calls. That's what everybody can win. No pick and choose, yeah?
Yes, Momo Western WhatsApp show is back. Dial star 156 hash to transact and earn points on every Momo transaction and redeem them for airtime, data, or cash. Each transaction enters you into the weekly draw for amazing prizes where you can win keke, generators, smartphones, cash prizes, and the grand prize of a brand new 2-bedroom house. So quickly dial star 156 hash to transact and win now.
Whoa! MTN mobile money now to again for the first time in Liberia. You can send money from your phone straight to Africa, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Uganda, Rwanda, Mali, and Senegal. No more stressing on how you will send your children's school fees to Rwanda or your market money to Guinea or even order your goods from Ghana. Momo is now across borders, so just dial star 156 star 1 hash. Select international transfers and follow the instructions.
Send money instantly and conveniently across West Africa right from the phone. Dial star 156 star 1 hash and select international transfer to cross borders with Momo. What is better than free? Nothing. Free is better than 1%. Doing any transaction with MTN mobile money is free. We pay your fees for you. No more adding extra money when you are sending money to friends and family at any agent point. So, join over 1.2 million Liberians doing the transaction on the most trusted, reliable, and #1 mobile money service provider in Liberia, MTN Mobile Money. Dial star 156 hash and start transacting today with MTN Mobile Money. Mobile money, that baby, eh?
MTN.
After commercials commitment, we back. So let's get your calls coming through. We're talking about the Aspire Goose on our Liberian market. What needs to be done to get these Aspire Goose off our shelf. You can put forth your calls on 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. While we await those calls, let's get our next talking point. We told you we're going to play the interview with DR.ROBTEL NEAJAI PAILEY concerning her credentials and her citizenship as to whether she is an American naturalized citizen. Yeah. So let's get to hear from her.
I am a scholar par excellence, and I've been a scholar par excellence for the past 20 plus years. I'm also a scholar of Liberia. So I've studied Liberia's political, economic, and social history. And I would say that was the foundation. It's a scholarly kind of analysis, but then also the activist work, right? I think of myself as a radical rabble-rouser. I think of myself as someone who is incredibly maladjusted to injustice, in the words of Martin Luther King as well as Cornel West. And I also think of myself as somebody who takes received wisdoms and completely interrogates them, flips them upside down, and enables us to think about things in a new and different way. So it's my academic work, which is foundational to who I am. It's also my activist work, which is foundational to who I am. But that speech was meticulously researched.
You came with an intention, and that intention was to inspire and incite.
Absolutely.
Did you achieve that?
I think I did. I mean, based on the very few comments that I've been able to read, and even the amount of calls and messages that I've received from Liberian people across the globe, not just in the country, but in the diaspora, I believe that I did stir a conversation. And that's what national orations are supposed to do. That's what national orators are supposed to do. They're supposed to be provocateurs, right?
So you owe no apologies.
I have no apologies, no qualms. I apologize to no one for what I said. I stand by my statements. I stand by every word. I stand by every sentence, every paragraph, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm a scholar par excellence of Liberia. I'm also a Liberian scholar who has such a deep love for this country. And when you love something, you reserve the right to critique it because you want it to be better. And that's precisely what I did on the 26th. I'm not an American citizen. I lived in the States for a number of years as an undocumented migrant. I finally got permanent residency, and I was eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship, and I was not interested in that because I am a Liberian through and through, and I will be a Liberian until the day that I die.
That's DR.ROBTEL NEAJAI PAILEY talking about her credentials and her nationality. So we are talking the both topics. Get your calls through. This caller. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you,
Your
sir?
Family. Sorry.
Love FM. This is Love. Love FM. Love.
Yeah, Love FM. Yeah, Love and sorry.
Let's hear you.
Well, this Abenigo P. Morris, and I call from a resident here in Banaville, to be precise, public school community.
Let's hear you.
You know, the president need to be watchful because I enjoy what he said the last time that it is people that are recommended to him to a point because I know people recommended people because there were a lot of parties that came together and through the grace of God, the election was won by the Unity Party. And people have to recommend people. But he said, because people will be recommended, people have hidden agenda. So we pray that God give him a wisdom, that don't be any hidden agenda to be folk. But he said that aspire goose. My brother, that thing is very dangerous. You see, I must say, I don't even eat nothing like chicken and anything like that. Because I was saying I almost 60 years. Look, the goose that came in the country during job, we are there, was just nobody care. Yeah. If you put salaty, go look at it every time, we say, bring, and I'll spare it like everything. You understand? So pray that anybody, the president appoint to that place, and how they call it, to that common ministry where like Josephine doing what. She was doing well, but they don't compromise. That's job we are told to compromise, not nobody. So we thank God, but I want that orator. I want to very hit woman. She's a true daughter of the soil. And John, look, they must spoke to the American face. Yeah, they must say, yeah, but they apply for American citizenship. She even regard that because she's a true Liberian. And the president need to appoint a woman to some kind of higher position. I don't know. I mean, this is not what we do, but I believe in myself that lady, pity woman, she's a true Liberian. And the president, because I'm not United Party man, but we were on our knee praying that Joia, the president, he should not win the election for 2005. Yeah, my MPP man, but I let MPP join the CDC because I know Joia couldn't make it. So we pray that the president appoint that woman because she work of fear of favor. You see what the minister there, they are condemning the woman. Why the woman got to go to America? During the war, let me tell you a short story that I heard some time ago. During the war, Mon chat to the king of fighting of APS capture the fast soon. So tell what there. And then the factory manager, I call information, the king of it, so tell doing the only thing we can do for the work. But tell out for him, everywhere. So tell to the man, you say, my man, you the manager, just stay America, let America, just send one battle in that road and the war will stop. But that's not environment, but we don't know the part. That's the man, the American man, at soon. If you just send one battalion, or even one battalion, or even 3 or 4 company, the war will stop. But when the man come back to Washington, why you say we're not interested?
So let's get back to our topic on the discussion now. So in this fight against, I know you are reminiscing in the past. You are reminiscing your past, you know. So
sorry. Sorry for bringing it. Sorry. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so well. 077-866-5073, 077-866-5073, 0887-105-105 are numbers to call and form part of the program. The afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. Of course, we are talking about the issue that has to do with Aspire, drugs, and GOOSE on the Liberian market. Who are those responsible? Are they taking siege of the matter? Because lots of Aspire products on the Liberian market, and this pose a serious threat to the Liberian lives. Oh yes, Liberians are getting so many illnesses for which it derives from these kinds of Aspire goods that own the Liberian market. Who is that Inspector General that is responsible for unearthing these things and making sure that people who are bringing in these goods and providing services should live up to the standards of the country? The LRA, you also have your part to play, because we've been closely monitoring that even the beverages that are coming to the country, you have your labels on them. So in as much these beverages have been labeled, you should have an insight as to whether these beverages or things expire or not. So let's get more of your calls right here on 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. The Commerce Minister, this is at your feet. Embrace this and let the Inspector General take siege of the matter. Do a thorough inspection and not business as usual, where when they call you on the side, you take a little 1 or 2, then you forget about the inspection. And we have also learned and have come to realize that even the water, the mineral water, the one we call mineral water around here, visit some of these areas where these water are being produced. You will feel bad by yourself. These mineral water companies are in the numbers, that's a good thing, but the care being given to the water is not up to standard. You take some of the water that on the Liberian market, you feel so bad, just like a swamp water. There's no taste. Some of the water, it have bad odor, but who are those monitoring these things? Are they doing their jobs? At one point in time, we noticed during the CDC-led government, there was a very rigorous approach to that, wherein people were closed down, mineral companies were closed down, mineral water companies were closed down, and we are now seeing these mineral water companies returning, and there are a lot more coming, and the product they are putting on the Liberian market is not up to standard. All sort of water. Mankema water, Josephine water. But you go to the place where they produce these kinds of water for the consumption of the Liberian people, you feel so bad. The environment is not healthy. The environment is not healthy at all. But these people are providing in mass water for people to consume. People are bringing in expired goods in the country. Who are those monitoring them? 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation. Let's talk about these things. It is in our best interest. Who's monitoring who? Because I can get my leg key back from the importer, so I don't want to know as to whether they're bringing in substandard materials in the country. I don't want to know. Only thinking about self. But there is a serious threat posed to the livelihood of the people. The lives are endangered. People coming down with all sort of illnesses. When you do your research now, go and visit the hospital. Get the statistics when it comes to the liver problem, the kidney problem that Liberians are now being faced with. All because of these substances being placed on the Liberian market. They get all kind of drink on the Liberian market. Who's doing the scrutiny? All kind of name they get for the drinks. And people drinking it and at the same time coming down with illnesses. So who's monitoring the process? Who's monitoring those importers and producers and manufacturers? Where is the Inspector General? You need to be robust. 0778-665-073, 0778-665-073, 0886 0887-105-105, 0887-105-105. Both numbers you can call and form part of the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105. Go on right now and buy some of these sachets of water. Get a taste of it. The paint that has been used to brand the plastic. You taste it while drinking the water. You smell it on the water. And that poses that chemical. It poses a serious threat to the lives of the people who consume it. Not everyone have the money to go and buy the top-notch water around here. So we need to safeguard the space for the ordinary people. It is not just one-sided. Only you have the opportunity to buy the best water in town. But the Omai in the little village, the brother who doesn't have the money to buy the expensive water around here will go for the least ones. And when he takes it in, it has a serious implication on his health. Who are the governors? Are they governing? Where are the inspectors? Are they inspecting? Let's get to talk about this. Journalists, we have the obligation to unearth these things and bring it to the attention of the Liberian people. They are the judges. They're going to weigh in and find an amicable solution to these problems. The last time we saw the House summoning people, the health minister, the commerce minister, and you just go about naming. We need to reintroduce these kinds of approach so that people who get involved into these businesses should be sincere to themselves and not to create a posture wherein you bring in bad materials, you bring in bad products on the Liberian market to put the lives of the Liberian people at risk. If care is not given, I know the world is getting so evil to the extent that people can even produce some of these bad stuff, and at the end of the day, we found Liberians getting all sort of illnesses. It is only the mercy of God that we are surviving in this country. Because the system that needs to be put in place, those who are heading these systems are not living up to the task. Go in the market right now. Go to where the fresh fish and fresh goose are sold. You see some of the turkey wing, the chicken feet, the layer, and all the stuff, the fish, cream. You know, when these things are let just give you a little insight. They have a chemical to sustain these goose for a certain length of time. So when that time reaches and that chemical wears out, it makes that product expired. When the product gets expired, what happens? When the product is expired, what happens? It becomes a threat to the livelihood of the Liberian people. It becomes a threat to the people who consume it. So our consumption rate in this country is not being monitored. We just see anything, we eat it. Fish being given, expired fish and expired fresh goose being given to a driver to go and dump. He leaves from there, go to a certain area, call marketeers, and they come to purchase these expired fish and frozen food. Go on the Liberian market now. Some of the apples that are being sold by our petty traders, they are all rotten, expired. Some of the juices, they are all expired. So who's doing the monitoring here? Who's doing the monitoring? If we continue to sit there and allow these things to permeate our system. Let's go to the line and take this caller. Hello?
Hello?
How are you, John J?
Yeah, my brother, thank you for the recognition. For the sake of the Liberian, my name is John J. I don't know what to do with this fact.
Let's hear you, John J.
Yeah, my brother, thank you so much for the topic this afternoon. You know, Liberian, everybody focus on politics. Everything is your politics. You know, this thing, I'm not affecting the society right now in this country. Because I remember 2006 when I was being done, we had a chicken sickness that killed hundreds of chicken in a tank. Other people throw their own away, other people having to cook for their own. For before 2006, we had a kind of tomorrow, 2007, all the chicken that the other people bring from other countries will not know what happened to the chicken in this country. And they just bring the chicken, they say, they can't sell it, and they not know if in another part of the country will not know if chicken center is there or will not believe that chicken center is there like a other chicken on our side. They will not know how the chicken is coming to this country. You know, people just bring chicken in a continent. They just bring it all on the market. Will not know how the chicken is. Will not know how the breed, how the machine working on it. And in Africa, if you go to Africa, or if you want a chicken, the chicken will be lazy. They will kill the chicken in front of you. And they take the fed up on it, they clean everything, they put it in plastic, they give it to you. But in Liberia, if you eat the chicken, you just go and buy it, you not know how you are living, and how it die, you know, and they receive most of the things here now, what are in the country, or what is country here. So, nobody to take a child or this year to see how better to put locality in place for our country to be a better country. Then they take it serious and then they make our country to be a better country. That's about politics. So thank you, my brother, for your presentation.
Thank you, John J. Let's get more of your participation on 0887 105 105 0778 665073 are the numbers to call and form part of the program, The Afternoon Conversation, right here on Love FM 105.1. Oh, yes. Let's talk about these things that matters to the growth and development of our country. We shouldn't always look at, oh, the food, oh, the clothes, oh, the no. This is about us. So if you want to play our radio game, it's on you. You should have $100 Liberian on your mobile money account or 70 cents. You can dial *799# to form part of the radio game and win for yourself $3,000 Liberian. So let's get it going. For you to call and participate on the program, you can call 0887 105 105 0778 665073. And for those of you who want to participate in the radio game, you should have $100 Liberian on your mobile money account, and or you have 70 cents you play, and who knows, you may be one of our lucky winners to win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. So put forth on dial star 799 hash, select number 10 for Love FM, and you'll be glad. Who knows, you may come up as one of our winners. All right. So 0778665073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and form part of the program, The Afternoon Conversation. My name is Rufus Divine Conant. I'm right here while you are there. And let's have ourselves talking about these things that matters. Let's talk about these things that matters to the growth and development of our country. All right. So let's go for this commercial commitment. We await your calls, though. We await your calls, but let's get this commercial commitment to be right back. Don't go away.
My testimony. The way things going, it's looking like 2024 are so enjoyment. Lose said MTN gave it, yeah. The people can't get tired. Momo Wese was that la bro. Biggest giveaway is back. And this time they reward 2 plated jelly ring. I said, just to my nearest, let me tell you all the prizes you can win. Keke, motorbike wheeling, helmet, everything, brand new smartphone, smart TV, generator, bags of rice, and it lasts over a 4 more. A brand new 2-bedroom house. Wow. The only thing that people say you must do to win, get that star 156 hash and use your Momo to buy airtime and data, send money to friends and family people, pay your bills, pay for small thing like gas, food stuff, or any other thing. Then you will get points. With your points, you can enter the weekly draw and also use it to get data or calls. That's what everybody can win. No pick and choose, yeah?
Yes, Momo Western WhatsApp show is back. Dial star 156 hash to transact and earn points on every Momo transaction and redeem them for airtime, data, or cash. Each transaction enters you into the weekly draw for amazing prizes where you can win keke, generators, smartphones, cash prizes, and a grand prize of a brand new 2-bedroom house. So quickly dial star 156 hash to transact and win now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your famous Yuka Rental Services have bounced back with renewed vigor. Yuka Rental Services offers round-town services as well as out-of-town services with our fully air-conditioned vehicles. Yuka Rental Services have the best drivers in town that can take you anywhere you desire in a relaxed manner. We also have in our fleets several limousines under the Shatta Limousine Services. Our services are good and our prices are affordable. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco in the Technology Building on the land side. For reservation, call these numbers 0880-692184 or 0770-560560. When it is Yuka Rental Services, it got to be good, reliable, and relaxing. 077-866-5073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. Or better still, those wanting to play the radio game, you can dial star 799 hash, select number 10 for Love FM, and play. Who knows, you become one of the winners for today. All right? So let's get the calls coming through. Let's talk about these national issues. You know, and I know, the president did receive from the LCC the report on those who have declared their assets and the ones who haven't declared their assets. The president, through his press secretary, made it plain that he would take action in that line. And the report making mention that the report was received by the office of the president. A lot more to be done. Well, Liberian journalists were caught on the spotlight by Dr. PAILEY, stating that we sensationalize our reports and we do not follow the fundamentals of journalism, but rather we categorize and sensationalize our reports. What do you make of that as well? Let's get to the line and take this person. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello?
How are you?
Not bad, man.
What's your name and you join us from where?
I'm calling from District 17, Cyrus Bakali.
Let's hear you, Cyrus.
Yeah, we're selling about the food stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we are eating all of them. Because if possible, maybe myself, I've eaten some. So the only thing now is to find the recommendation, what would be the cause of us not to continue this act again. And I just appealing to the company that brought in those fish. The recommendation to us must be, for example, if they know say these high quantities of fish is updated or have been spoiled, they should call in the media concern of the minister, who is responsible, Minister of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Then when Minister of Commerce comes in, then to transport this thing, where they will go and join them to the site, it should be escorted with a security. Because if I believe that there was no security or escorting those stores, so they just gave it to the driver for the driver to go and dump them. And if possible, the driver to need money. So he will go and get places somewhere and other people will go and start to buy them. But if security are then provide to escort these things and show the particular area that they should go dump there, I believe that our citizens will not go and start forcing up the security to take them and sell them or eat. So that should be our recommendation. For any time such a thing happen, they should also invite the comment ministry, and the comment ministry also will invite security so that they can go along with this thing to return site.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that brilliant recommendation.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. 0778-665-073, 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are numbers to call this afternoon and form part of the program, The Afternoon Conversation. We are talking about the Aspire goods on the Liberian market, and you also have drugs as well on the Liberian market that is expired. Who are responsible to regulate these kinds of things that are unfolding in the Liberian environment? Who are those? We saw during the regime of former President Weah, when Madam Josephine Davis took up to the media. Everywhere she went, you had the media covering her activities. She exposed a lot of rotten fish, rotten goose in the country. And that was highly commendable. Only to have seen her somersaulting at the end of it, we couldn't see what she was doing when she started any longer on camera. It was done behind the scene now. Whether or not those who are fall in the habit of bringing in these Aspire things had a meeting, only God will know. So the interest of the Liberian people is not being put first by leaders. They go after their self-wealth and putting the livelihood of the Liberian people at risk. You know what it takes to take in or to consume an Aspire food stuff? That's why you see a lot of people do statistics when you go to the medical area. A lot of Liberians are coming down with so many illnesses, strange illnesses that we never used to experience. Because, mind you, in Africa, most of our food that we consume are all organic food. And I'm going to say this for free, right? The people, when we looking at the statistics in terms of the livelihood of Liberians, those that are living in the rural areas, they consume more, how you call it? They consume more of the organic food than we that are on the urban areas. Most of our things are all frozen things. And they pose serious threat to our lives because Now, with the vulnerability of the Liberian market, you find people bringing all sort of expired goods in the country. And you go, you don't know about it. They rebrand it and sell it on the Liberian market. You consume it. You have given yourself another illness. People coming down with kidney problem. People coming down with liver problem. These are all factors. You have the National Drug Service, or whoever that is responsible for the regulation of drugs in this country. Are they monitoring these hospitals, these drugs that are coming into the country? You find some drugstore with lots of expired drugs. Who's monitoring them? You go to the hospital, they sing. The paracetamol, one point in time, when you even take the paracetamol before you compare it to now, it's different. Also, just coming into this country. At least to say the narcotic substances as well. Who are those responsible? That's why we are using the medium to call on the president. Mr. President, we appreciate your leadership, but you need to do more. Those able lieutenants that are given the charge to execute the duties that are required for the Liberian people's survivability, they need to put their feet down. Mr. Commerce Minister, we are appealing to you. There's more that you need to do. Your Inspector General needs to be proactive. The president once said and continued to say, his government is not business as usual. So do not follow suit like others did. They started on the very fun 14. Everybody appreciate that. I always say the Liberian men, they are like wet chicken. You can't praise them too much. They get in the way on. Josephine Davis started on the very fun 14. Oh, everybody praising her. The general. Only to have come to the point, the camera moving behind the woman now. Oh, camera move. We can see the other place there, the rotting rats. We can see the rotting rats being disposed any longer. Everything just happening behind the scene. So you who is charged with the responsibility as the Inspector General, you need to do more. You need to do extremely well, not for our service, but for the interest of the Liberian people, because you don't know, your brother or your sister or your family member may come in contact with the expired goods that you have allowed to slide in the Liberian on the Liberian market. You do not know. That's why I tell people, for every action that we carry on, it has a trickle-down effect on us directly or indirectly. So if we will continue to say, oh, you know, the people are not seeing it, let's do our honor table thing. Your sister, your brother, your mother, or your father may come across those kinds of expired things and consume it. It becomes a problem. The poor man may consume it and he may not get the trickle-down effect, but your parent, who, or your brother or sister, who you as an Inspector General or a person responsible to regulate these things, you say that they let it slide. They may consume it and may not survive. But the poor man who has no connection, but he goes after something to get his ends meet, and he consumes it, God will spare his life. But you who is responsible to carry on the regulation and you do not go about doing it, but you allow it to slide under the carpet because you want to have money in your pocket or your purse, your family member may take it. They may not survive it. So that's a trickle-down effect of your action. So we need to be sincere to ourselves in discharging our duties. You go to this place, you're doing an inspection of the goods the people selling on the Liberian market, and you know that the goods that they are selling on the Liberian market is expired. Dispose it. Don't let it slide, because the lives of the Liberian people matters. That's why everybody cannot play that role. You were opportune, or you are opportune to play that role. Play it with commitment, sincerity, and you just need all of the positive adjectives. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. Just the other day, we went to purchase sardine. Wanted to see how the rocks all in the cup. It started from the top part and upside. I'm like, what? Open the sardine, you see the maggots and thing, but it's so in shops. Who are those responsible to regulate these things? But all we do is to say that, yeah, the government, they take 35 million, the other person take but the things that are directly affecting us, we don't pay attention to that. All we sit in those corners, according for Abana Deshke number 10, Abana Deshke number 6, that all. And top BBT that is not even in your reach. But the ones that affects you, you don't care about it. That's the kind of posture we have in this country. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. This is very serious. It's scary. Go to the hospital. See the number of records that are there in terms of illnesses, strange illnesses in the country. Someone selling biscuit on the Liberian market, expired. You buy it, you take your own trouble. Our brothers and sisters, because of the hardship and the challenging moment in our economy, they go for these auction things. The auction wine, the auction this, the auction biscuit, the auction that. Most of these things that have been auctioned are expired. But because we love cheap things, so we go after them and sell it to our fellow Liberians. Who are those to regulate the process? Are they regulating the process? We say no. Because if they were regulating the process, these things wouldn't have slid on the Liberian market. Zero 0778 665 are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation. Let's listen to the president when he spoke to the conscience of his cabinet ministers.
They are here to serve the Liberian people. Anybody come with a hidden agenda, be there. But when we fire you, we're not going back to the person who recommended you. It is about time that we know that we're serving the people of this country. It's about time that this is 170 years that the people are suffering and we're here to serve them. I'm not afraid of anybody. God will protect us. So you come to the cabinet, you come with a hidden agenda to do the same things that you think used to happen with adequate information, just like the way we are going to come behind once we can identify your help, make sure we know that. And when you leave, I don't care who actually you to come by you.
Yes, that's the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka Sr., speaking to the conscience of his able lieutenants. So whoever that is appointed as the Inspector General of Commerce, you need to be proactive. We need to see these expired goods from our shelves of our Liberian market. We see the kind of mineral water factory now in the country have increased, and substandard production of this water, and Liberian people are consuming it. No one to regulate the process. Go and see some of the mineral water companies' facility. You feel bad by yourself. Very filthy. Those who go to produce the water, they are wearing some rags, sweating, doing all kind of the same sweat. They place in their hands or in the water, washing, rinsing their hands, and people taking them to drink. There's no care giving these kinds of things. These are all sensitive things that bothers on the life of people. So care must be given. Care must be given. But we don't pay attention to these things. Everybody want to be producer of mineral water. Some of the water side you taste it, you say, what? Just like the swamp water. But we say mineral water. So that's it for us, folks. Both of your calls. Let's talk about these things that matters. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. We know the truth hurts those that are on the negative side, and it helps those that are on the positive side. It is our sole responsibility as journalists to unearth these things and bring it to your attention so that you can be in a position to make the sound decision. We are not judges. We are there to unearth these things and bring it to your attention, to maintain, to safeguard your life and your livelihood. You get a mineral water company that where they get the source of water is just right around where the septic tank is. Are you killing me? The production of the water is not far from the septic tank. The septic tank of that place is just right near the facility. The production room is so messy to the extent people who even enter to do the production, they are, come on, man, come on, in our country. We all can ride it around to see the right things happening. Hello?
Hello?
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where?
Oh, firstly, I'm Lionel Segway calling you from the Prevalent Johnsonville Road.
Let's hear you, Lionel.
I'm so happy to be on the show this evening because I just came from Grand Crew. I'm one of the manager for one of our community radio in Southtown, Grand Crew County.
Oh, welcome, brother.
Yeah. Okay, bro. That's it. What you are saying, that's it, brother. We have to talk because it is our role as a media colleague to be able to propagate this issue because our people, when we appoint them or the president appoint them to this kind of high positions, they are not waiting to work for. They will pretend that if they say they will do the work. Even not only the drinking water we're discussing, but the soft drink that they are producing, brother. If you look at some of the soft drinks, some of the soft drinks have no taste, they have no value. They are substandard. These are things that are causing illnesses in our own environment, in our country today. So our people, they are not really doing well for us, to be frank. They are not doing well for us.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Then these are things that are especially to the hospital side. Drugs, there are other drugs that people are producing from Guinea. If bringing drugs from Guinea will come to Liberia, do you think it's a good thing? What are some standards that Guinea people have to produce drugs? Then they have other prices of drugs that are less. But we have people that are holding those kind of things, that are holding those expired drugs, are holding substandard drugs. But we can't see them bringing them on board. So these are some of the things that we got, and this is what we are doing with it. Like the DEA, when they arrest drugs, the narcotic drugs, when they arrest them, they take it, they put it into their personal account, and then they use it on themselves. At the end of the day, you can't get any kind of good output. But they say we should stop what? Drugs. You see it? So really, Liberia really affected the condition of our own country, Liberia. We don't have the sincere people to work for us. So thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate it. Welcome to Monrovia.
Okay, bro. Thank you for welcoming me.
Okay. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and form part of the program. The afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. Indeed, we are talking about the bread and butter issue of the Liberian people. This is something that bothers on the livelihood of the ordinary people. Some of you have the opportunity to travel here from a year and go see medical attention in other countries. But Mamusu Matter Pafode, he's not capacitated. So at the end of it, whatever he sees on the Liberian market, he consumes it. And the person at a risk. But you don't care about that. You are club with the responsibility to regulate these things, to make sure to serve as a gatekeeper, so that bad substances or expired goods don't come into the country. But you allow these things to slide because you have been given handouts, forgetting to know that it bothers on everyone's life. Today, you may see it sliding. You may allow it to slide. But are you aware that your family member may come in contact with it? Are you aware that your loved ones may come in contact with it? So we need, when we carry on these kind of action, we carry on these kind of attitudes, we should wait in from both sides. Why, if I allow this thing to cross, what's going to be the aftermath? I'm just an ordinary person. I'm just one person. But there are several others. My children, my family, extended families, they are all in the country. So if I allow this thing, my child may come in contact with it. My brother or my sister or my mother may come in contact. My father may come in contact with it. I think I need to do the right thing. We need to be conscious-minded. Our conscience is God's presence in us. But because you want to weigh your pockets, so you allow these kind of substances to enter the country. You allow these kind of bad goods to enter the country. Liberia is not a dump site. There are certain goods on the Liberian market that have been chased out of some of our neighboring countries, but they surface in Liberia and our people accept it. Amen. What are we doing to ourselves? 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073. We won't get tired. It is our sole responsibility as media practitioners, journalists in particular, to unearth these kinds of things and bring to the attention of the Liberian people to hear their side of it and to serve as a word of caution for them. Because out of ignorance, they go to buy some of these things. With what I just saw, the rotting fish, hell no. I go in my kobo say, me a fish and get it. Me a frozen thing, we not get it. That's why you see a lot of things happening around us here. We're getting obese around here and a lot more. Some of the beverages that enter the country, and our brothers are consuming these things, it's actually bothering them. They are not aware until it reaches a certain stage where you can no longer prevent it. Then it becomes a problem that will lead you to your early grave. All because of the ignorance and the gullibility of your leaders, seeking their self-interest. May God help us. May God keep us. We won't stop talking until the right things are done. We won't stop talking until the right things are done. The one who has ears will hear. Zero 0887-105-105, are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. Let me play that audio for you again. Listen.
Sickness and diseases and viruses keep killing Liberian people. This is an expired fish. The fish got expired from the coastal, was given to the truck driver to go and dispose it, to go and chunk it away. The truck driver said it's an opportunity for him to make money. Not just him. He and all his colleagues around Liberia, they went in the communities, they took the fish, and then they start selling it to marketeers. People coming in, buying it, they are even fighting over it, and then they are taking these fish to the market to sell. So please, If you visit the market this week, do not buy anything called fish. Just eat your normal thing that you can eat and be satisfied, because you don't know what effect those fish that they are selling. You don't know what's the cost. Imagine something that is in the cold storage got expired, and Liberian people say no, it's good, we'll go and eat. Human beings say we'll sell it to our friend human being to eat. Hey, Liberian people, when will we graduate from this low level degree of poverty? When?
0778665073. You heard for yourself how saddening it is. When the house don't sell you, the street won't buy you. Our own Liberians doing it to ourselves. What's the monitoring and evaluation? We need to start on these things. President Boakai, it's about time that you reinforce the monitoring and evaluation so that people can account for the stewardship. You've been placed as a minister, you must serve in the line of your duty with honesty and with commitment to the Liberian people. The president cannot be everywhere at the same time. That's why you are opportune to serve as an able lieutenant. It is not your birthright. It's a privilege afforded you. And based on the fact that you have the privilege, you must discharge your duties with commitment and sincerity. The discharge of your duties shouldn't be on the expense of the people's ignorance and their gullibility, but with sincerity and commitment to see the right things done. This is the afternoon conversation. Few more minutes to go. Let's get your calls if we do not have, and then we will proceed with our final commercial commitment. And when we come back, we're going to recap what we've been talking and call it a day on today's edition. Like we said, if you want to form part of the radio game, you can dial *799# select number 10 for Love FM and play. Who knows, you may be one of the lucky winners. So get your calls coming on 0778 665073, 0778 665073, 0778 665073, 0887 105 105 are the numbers to call and be a part of the afternoon conversation. Expire goods, expire drugs, all on the Liberian market. What can we do to curb this? Who's the Inspector General? What are you doing in this light? So we await your calls, and we go for our commercial commitment. To be right back.
The way things going, it's looking like 2024 that so enjoyment. Losers say MTN Jack give it, yeah. The people can't get tired. Momo Wednesday was that La Pro. Biggest giveaway is back. At this time, they reward 2-plated jelly ring. I said, just to my nearest, let me tell you all the prizes you can win. Keke, motorbike wheeling, helmet, everything, brand new smartphone, smart TV, generator, bags of rice, and the last one over a 4 more. A brand new 2-bedroom house. Wow. The only thing that people say you must do to win, get that *156# and use your Momo to buy airtime and data, send money to friends and family people, pay your bills, pay for small things like gas, food stuff, or any other thing. Then you will get points. With your points, you can enter the weekly draw and also use it to get data or calls. That's what everybody can win. No pick and choose, yeah?
Yes, Momo Western WhatsApp phone is back. Dial *156# to transact and earn points on every Momo transaction and redeem them for airtime, data, or cash. Each transaction enters you into the weekly draw for amazing prizes where you can win keke, generators, smartphones, cash prizes, and the grand prize of a brand new 2-bedroom house. So quickly dial *156# to transact and win now.
And just coming in from the Daily Observer this story. It says LRA hoax SYBC in illegal eggs importation. So let's give you a few lines of the story. Two falsely declared containers seized. The Liberia Revenue Authority, the LRA, has hooked Sir Young Business Center, the SYBC, located at the UN Drive Waterside Market in Monrovia, in a dubious scheme at the Freeport of Monrovia, where the company was found to have imported 2 containers of eggs falsely declared as yellow onions. The containers were supposed to carry onions according to the shipping line manifests, but instead they contained eggs stored in refrigerated containers. The LRA seized the 2 containers after discovering the discrepancy in the declaration made by Sir Young Business Center. According to the shipping line manifest, Sir Young had an imported permit declaration IPD for onions, but the company imported eggs on the scheme IPD. Eggs net weight 29,000 kg per container, immediated 75% cargo into stored. It says egg net weight 29,000 kg per container, immediate 75% cargo is stored in a refrigerated container set at the shipper's requested carrying temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. The manifest indicates, according to the document presented to the LRA, Sir Young Business Center indicated that the 2 containers were bringing 17,400 bags of 35 or 50 kg bags yellow onions and 2,900 bags of 60 over 80 10 kg bags yellow onions. Following a true check of the 2 containers by the LRA, it was discovered that the 2 containers were carrying eggs instead. Egg net weight 29,000 kg per container, immediate 75% cargo is stored in refrigerated containers set at shipper's request, carrying temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. The discovery report from the LRA reveals the 2 containers have been seized by the Liberia Revenue Authority based on the false declaration made by Sir Young Business Center. You see? So, it's a plus. We must commend the LRA for the robust action. So, all institutions who are clubbed with the responsibility, you need to do due diligence to search, because people are falsely declaring, as been stated here. You say you're bringing in eggs, you're bringing in onions, only to find out the eggs. So why if those eggs are expired and you bring them on a dubious arrangement and it enters the Liberian market, are you not putting the lives of the Liberian people at risk? Are you not putting the Liberian people at risk? Or because you want to make profits? Or because you want to enrich yourself at the detriment of the livelihood of the people? Amen. Anyways, we won't cease talking on these things until the right things are done. And God will bless us with the people who have the heart for this country. That's why we took up the time to talk about nationalism and patriotism the other day. It was very important for us to dwell on that because a lot of us, we lack the love for country. We are not nationalistic. We are not patriotic. A patriotic citizen cannot do such a thing. That's why we always call on the government. There is a need that we revisit all of the contracts at the Freeport of Monrovia so as to give an enabling environment to the Liberian businesses that want to make investment in the country. When these people are given the leverage to do to bring in their goods and services, to bring in their goods, it will help to curb some of the hardship in the country. But you have all sort of institutions at that place duplicating functions and making the importation very high for the Liberian business owners. You bring in your container, you worry. It's just like eat and worry. When it comes, it goes into storage, you pay storage fees. To clear your container, it's another problem. So we are calling on you, Mr. President, and your able lieutenant. The Liberian people trusted you. That's why they elected you as their president. They imposed the confidence in you that your government will transform their livelihood. Until we have the time like this, God willing, is on Wednesday when I will be around here again. But watch out for the team on tomorrow. Pam Fomba and Martina Tuba, they will be here to talk to you on other national issues. This is where we gave everyone the equal opportunity to discuss issues of national concern. We owe no allegiance to any political party. We gave equal opportunity. So thanks so much for following. We appreciate those who call in and those who played a listening role. We appreciate you so highly. Let us hold together, because in union, strong success is sure. With God above our rights to prove we over or prevail. With hearts and hands, our country cause defending, we meet the foe with valor unpretending. A land that you and I, as citizens, cannot be deported from. Mama Liberia. Let us uphold and keep that value she has. Do have you and yours a pleasant and godly day. My name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I lead and others follow. For as among equals, of course, I'm destined for greatness. Follow the rest of our broadcast. Bye-bye.
I know of no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not